Yo, 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 what's happening, my Money League mofos? You don't know why I'm in a better mood this week? It's because I won last week, and I am always in a better mood when I win. I'm holding a pen because I always see people on SportsCenter holding pens, highlighters. I'm going to start holding a pen because I'm better than all them, and I'm the best goddamn commissioner in the history of fantasy football. Last week was fantastic. Week 5 in the books. We have one still undefeated, one still winless. Shmoo gets knocked from the unbeatens, gets smacked around a little bit in what I thought was the game of the week by Chad, and Chad won. So congratulations, Chad. Congratulations, Shaw, Mr. 5-0. Congrats to, who else do I have here? Igor, Clint, me, Kuba, finally putting up some monster points, helping yourself out not only with your second win, but point-wise in the standings. People are hurting themselves left and right, having tough weeks, but those 6, including me, had great weeks last week. I, myself, 5-1 on my picks, puts myself to 17-13 on the year. So stop, Shmoo, writing messages saying you wish I picked against you because I'm not good at it. I'm picking against you again this week, and you'll see why. And don't ever say you're crap on my notes again, because then I'm never going to have a video up here ever again because of your stupid loud mouth. Anyways, marry, fuck, kill. Segment number 1. I got to say I'm marrying Shaw's team again. Team's just unstoppable, 5-0, putting up almost $2,000 every week. Beast of a squad. I'm going to fuck Clint's team. Vic's coming around. Ryan Matthews is showing what he can really do when he stays healthy. Turner, I think, is going to start picking things up. Your receivers are getting healthy. 2 wins in a row for Clint. 2. Which puts you in the fuck category. And I'm going to kill, and I hate to do it, it's just like every week a new injury for Justin. I'm killing you, Justin. I pull for you every week to get a W. Every week I pull for you to get a W. And every week you don't get a W, no matter how close you come. Injuries are killing you, but I'm killing you. In the next segment here, I'm changing it from start-sit to B&B, boom or bust. Because obviously I told Shmoo to sit in my starting sim last week, Stevie Johnson, who sucked. Again, that was one of my hits last week. But you're not going to legitimately sit people that I think are going to bust. And you obviously aren't going to take my advice anyways. But the bottom line is I'm just going to go boom or bust. Last week my hits, of course, my weekly sit Joel's running backs, perfect. You know, the one guy that blew up, he had on the bench. I said to start Eli, you didn't. He would have had 700 points for you. Sit Fitzpatrick, you did. You should have sat Ryan too. It didn't matter anyways, the Forge. And I said sit Stevie Johnson, and he sucked. Who cares what I missed on? Because I don't care what I missed on. Who's booming this week? Pierre Garçon's booming against Cincy. That means Reggie Wayne's a bust because he's got Leon Hall on him, and Garcon just gets the looks from Curtis Painter. Ryan Terrain's booming in Philly. Questionable for Hightower. That means Terrain gets the carries. And remember, last year and even the year before, Terrain was getting beastly yards for the Redskins. I don't know why people didn't pick him up. I had the last fucking waiver pick. Jesus Christ, you goofs. I'm saying Peyton Hillis for the Browns has a tough week. He's got this contract stuff going on in his head. He's coming out in the public. He's getting ridiculed for saying he could have played and didn't play. I think it's in his head. He's not used to the limelight. He is a bust. Another boom. Sean Green versus Miami. Joel, I'm putting your running back in a boom. I think he's going to have a good week. I'm putting MJD in a bust versus Pittsburgh. Their run defense is pretty strong. Michael Turner in the boom versus Carolina. He's going to blow up. I'm saying Matt Forte in the bust. I think Minnesota, they're getting healthy on the D-line. Their run defense is very good. Bust. Boom. Anquan Bolden versus Houston. They're going to start getting him a little bit more incorporated. And I'm also saying Starks is a boom against St. Louis. Ryan Grant fumbled last week. Starks is going to blow up. Those are the booms. 2 more busts. I don't think they're going to perform as much as they usually do. Stafford versus San Fran, because San Fran's D's a beast. And Calvin Johnson, I don't think gets in the end zone. He could have some yards, but I'm going to say bust on Calvin Johnson for getting in the end zone. He's going to have numbers. He's going to be good, just not as good as he usually is. So there's my booms and my busts. Again, boom, Garcon, Terrain, Green, Turner, Bolden, Starks, Bus, Reggie Wayne, Peyton Hillis, MJD, Matt Forte, Calvin Johnson, and Matthew Stafford. Booms and busts. Now we're on to the matchups. Week 6 matchups. Game number 1, 2-3 me, 3-2 Joey. Okay, Joey, you have me at quarterback. I think Roethlisberger puts up good numbers, but of course Breeze is better. Other than that, your team is not even close. My team dominates you around every other position. Running backs, wide receivers. You got to trade for a tight end. Maybe you got me there. Defense, whatever you want to put up there, my team dominates you. I beat you. I moved to 3-3. You fall to 3-3. I got way more points than you, so I'll be ahead of you in the standings. Game breaker, Mike Wallace. He goes back over 100 yards, but he gets 2 scores this week. That's the game breaker. Game number 2, Mikey, who's 3-2 versus JJ 0-5. Quarterback's going to JJ. Romo versus the Patriots secondary. JJ gets that. Other than that, your running backs are just in shambles with injuries. I feel terrible for you. I just do. Wide receiver, Marshall could have a good game against the Jets, but he probably won't because he's going against Revis. Bolden, Mikey's got a couple of good running backs going on this week. I just think it's enough. I think he gets it done. I think Flacco has a decent day against Houston without, what's his name, Mario Williams out for the year. I think edge goes to Mikey. Mikey pulls out the win. Game breaker, Bolden, I think he gets 70 plus yards, touchdown. Good game for him. So check box goes over to Mikey. Game number 3, DeForge versus Shaw. 5-0 Shaw. 2-3 DeForge. This could be a blowout of the week. I didn't put it in there. I left it in a regular matchup. I can't put Shaw in BOW every week. Shaw's going to beat you, DeForge. Sorry. The matchups just aren't looking good for you. I mean, you got, if we go player for player, you get A-Rod, Fred Jackson, Calvin Johnson. Even Branch is going to have a good week. You have McCoy. I know. He's awesome, but that's about it. I think your game breaker, Shaw. I'm gonna go with the less obvious Deion Branch. I think he gets a touchdown this week, and I think he puts up at least 50 yards. He's gonna have a good day. Matchup number 4, Igor versus Shmoo. 2-3 Igor. He started 0-3, 2 in a row, 2-3. Shmoo's 4 in a row, lost 1, 4-1. I'm going Igor here. I think Cam Newton puts up just as much points, if not more. Well, I think Stafford's gonna have a tough week, so I'm going. Cam puts up more. Stark's in a great matchup. Frank Gore in a really, a decent matchup. He's going to get the ball a lot against Detroit. Foster against Baltimore's tough. McFadden's got a great matchup. But other than that, I mean, you got some decent matchups of wide receivers, but I just think Cam Newton, Steve Smith blow up. I think Starks blows up. Game breaker, Starks. Winner, Igor. 3-3. Shmoo 4-2. Knock you off that high horse a little bit. Let you stop being such a fucking prick about it. You prick. You're just an asshole, Shmoo. Alright. Now we're on to our other segments. The B.O.Dubs and the G.O.Dubs. But first, it's the B.O.W. Blowout of the week. And this could be almost as bad as when Chad blew out Clint by about 3,000 points. Except for this time he's doing it to his brother Joel. Chad's going to smoke you, Joel. I do think Sean Green has a good week if you play him. You waited too late to start D'Angelo Williams. Brady, MJD will have a decent week, not a good one. I think he's a bust in what he usually does. Best is going to have a good week. But Roddy White, Welker, Roddy finally has the show back to himself like last year. No Julio Jones. This is going to be a colossal blowout. Smithereens, Joel. That's your team blowing up the Smithereens. And I'm coming after you every fucking week because you want to talk shit and text me after I told you your trade sucked. I guess I talk shit and then you talk shit, whatever. But you blow it of the week. Blow it of the week. There it is. G.O.W. The game of the week. Clay and Cooper have a sneaky little rivalry going on most people don't know about. Dates back a couple years. Always getting at each other. Little teeny digs. It's good. I like it. And that's why it's the game of the week. Good matchups here. You got Kuba 2-3, put up monster points last week. Clint 3-2, 2 wins in a row. Vic's coming around. I think Turner has a good week. Your wide receivers are starting to get healthy. Am I in love with your wide receivers in the first place? Not really. Miles Austin had a great 1 week. Could come back and have a big one this week. Never know how the hammies going to work out. I just think Des Bryant, Greg Jennings, fucking Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham is like having a fucking another wide receiver out there. And not only a wide receiver, a beast wide receiver out there. He's killing it. I just was ragging on him at the beginning of the year. I knew he'd be all right, but not this all right. This dude's a beast. AP has a great matchup. Schaub, not so great. But, you know, I just give the edge to Kuba. I think he's got the edge in the matchups. Clint, I think it's going to be a tight game. It's really close to call. I'm giving it over to Kuba, though. He gets a W. Both of you move to 3-3. Game break, I'm going Jimmy Graham. Another 7-8 catches, 110 yards, touchdown. There you have it. Game of the week. Goes to Kuba. Boop, boop, boop. Let me do a little bit of this, you know, like the people on SportsCenter. Recap. I beat Joey. Moved to 3-3. Mikey beats JJ. Shaw beats DeForge. Igor beats Shmoo. Chad absolutely smashes Joel in the BOW. And in the GOW, Kuba takes it down over Clint. Everybody have a wonderful week 6, and I love you.